Hello and welcome to SML Fourth and Inches, the greatest show on the CFM community. I'm Primetime 000, joined by Mike, the guy on your far right, and sandwiched between two men is QB Stud right there in the middle. How you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Fantastic. Couldn't be prouder to be here with you two fine gentlemen.
Hey, it's Thanksgiving, or at least Thanksgiving Eve. We got a Thanksgiving-inspired episode of Fourth and Inches. Let's start off right off the bat, SML on the spot, and compare an SML member to a Thanksgiving dish. QB, who are you comparing to a dish?
All right, so I don't know if I thought too long on this or not long enough, but I'm going to go with Dan as green bean casserole. It's not something you want, but you've tried to dress it up and make it good for you, but it's good for you. You need it. It makes you better. So I think Dan fits green bean casserole very well.
Okay. Mike?
You know, we both chose the same dish, but a different person. I, as everybody knows, love an opportunity to throw someone under the bus. So I also have green bean casserole. My comparison is Primetime 000.
Oh!
You know, a dish that was super popular a long time ago, not really cared for these days, kind of past its time, can be underrated, but really you have to kind of have that taste for it to be something you enjoy. So for me, Primetime fits that pretty much on the spot as somebody that is absolutely washed and past his time.
I was thinking, I had a couple. I had, do I say mac and cheese and do you put Stavo as mac and cheese? No, that's not very nice. And then I thought, just the classic. I like mashed potatoes and gravy, and I like gravy, and gravy goes on top of my mashed potatoes, and I respect Matt, and Matt is just the classic, just the staple. He is the gravy to my mashed potatoes, my Jerry Rice to my Joe Montana. I respect Matt. And he's just classic.
I just want to jump in there and clarify. So you are confirming that Matt is on top of you, correct?
Oh, yeah, that was what I was doing there. There you go. So I respect Matt. So Matt's my gravy. Let's switch now. 4th and 5. What SML members are we most thankful for? Mike, who are you thankful for?
They have two options here that I thought of. One of them is not going to be popular, just because I'm going to go with T-Steel, my boy Tyler. I'm thankful for him because he keeps me connected to a long-lost relic of the past, and it's the Faz. Boy, we miss some Faz around here. Hero, one of the SML's greatest, and Tyler is the last remaining piece to that dynasty. So I'm thankful to have Tyler around here. That's my boy for sure. Do you want me to name a second one, or do you want to go somewhere else?
We'll go. Everybody gives one, and then we'll go again. So QB, who you listing?
I'm gonna take Primes, and I'm gonna say Matt. And I am
Matt.
thankful for Matt because he took on Lamar Jackson and the albatross that is. And even if the Bengals were ready and I was picking 31, I'm not picking the Bengals if Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are controlled by any lesser individual than Matt. And he was able to win some Barty playing the right way, so I'm thankful for Matt.
I'm thankful for Dan. He's a nice guy. He sticks to his narratives. Right now his narrative is Prime's washed. Even though I won one Barty last cycle, that's the most Dan has ever won in a cycle, and the most Dan won last cycle. I've also won 8 to his 4 since he's joined. But regardless. All that said, Dan sticks to his guns. He's like the boxer that gets punched in the head. He's got CTE, but he gets back up and he keeps pressing forward. Dan is tough son of a gun, and I respect him. He's at Pittsburgh, blue collar, steel mill tough. I'm thankful for that. Mike, who are you thankful for? Again.
Another one that's not going to be popular, but I'm here for it. I'm just trying to stoke some fires where I can. I'm thankful for Stavo. He's a good, sponge of all the toxicity and negativity in chat.
Yeah.
A lot of, he unifies the league in that way. He really brings us together in terms of our, constant bullying of a poor young Peruvian lad. I do appreciate him. We are thankful for Stavo. I think the SML would be a little bit worse without him in it.
He's like Al-Qaeda after 9/11. Essentially, he united everybody. QB?
My other one is going to be D-Muse. D-Muse has been a pillar of the SML community for a long time. He's active with content, active in chat. He's active in games so long as he's not on vacation. And Dom is proving that you can take several vacations in the NFC this cycle and still be a force in the playoffs. Don't even have to worry about missing it. You're completely fine. And so I'm very thankful for Dom.
I am thankful for Damon. Yes, Dan and Damon both, because Damon gave me Nick Godfrey, and he's going to lead me to not one. I'm going to have my LeBron moment. Not one, not two, but 3 Simbardis this cycle. Nick Godfrey. He traded me. He took how do you pronounce it, Mike? Adonai Mitchell. A.D. Mitchell.
You can call him A.D. for short, and you got to keep this on.
Why you never call him A.D.? Yeah.
I'm going to call him Adonai Mitchell, and he took him in a trade, foolish trade, listened to his dad, and I'm thankful for a guy in 2024 who will still listen to his dad's advice, even if it's bad advice, but he did it. It's going to win the 3 Super Bowls, and I'm thankful for that. Now, we're switching gears. We're going to talk a little more serious, and then we're going to go back on one final on the spot here as we're about 7 minutes into our show here. Unwritten rules, it's kind of been a topic of discussion, and I was like, you know what? You guys are the perfect guys to talk about unwritten rules with. What unwritten rule are you most thankful for, QB? Or which rule would you be thankful for if we added it? I don't know.
Definitely cutting down on compressed sets. Whether you're talking about close, tight, bunch, etc. It always bonks out the coverage and the AI. It has since inception. People don't run it the same reason you run it in real life. Compressed sets are supposed to open up inside crossing routes, not outside breaking routes like it does in Madden. So that would be a wonderful unwritten rule, if we had it. The one that we do have that I'm thankful for is don't be a cheese curd and scramble with your quarterback all the time just because the defense ignores it when you do it. So I'm glad that that's not overly abused in the SML.
Mike, what you thinking?
Do I get to have one that I want and one that I actually know of, if that's the rule now?
We do what we want here, Mike.
Fair. The one that I want is get rid of Prime and you jerks that like field goal blocks, man.
No.
How many field goal blocks do we get in the NFL a year? Like 5? And we get 5 a cycle, 5 a season? It's really absurd. It's just too much. There's no defense. I'm with Matt on this one. If you guys appreciate Matt as much as you say you do,
I respect Matt.
It's come to fruition. Period.
Guys that don't block.
The unwritten rule that I manifest into existence, it's not really an unwritten rule, is jerks and their QB sneaks. Stop that. Just run the ball. Very simple.
The QB sneak one is weird. I think QB sneaks and field goal blocks go hand in hand because, well, no, they don't. Because I think you can stop a QB sneak because you can pinch your goal line and you increase your field goal block. In years past, you could at least hold the button. Now you can't. So I think there is a differentiator there. For me, I didn't even think about an answer to this question, so I'm going to shoot one off the hip here. My unwritten rule has got to be, I'll just say it, I think we went a little overboard with it, but the spamming of shotgun runs essentially eliminated people who did it 90% of the time. Like, at least it's kind of brought it down to like 60%. And I think people went a little overboard with it, but at the same time, I think it helped the league. Also, I think people picked on people who call repetitive plays. Like, I think for a while, every time Stavo was in chat, they were like, hey, Stavo, it's a drag to talk to you. And I think that actually cleaned up his gameplay. So, yeah, I'm a fan of the unwritten rule of we're not supposed to trash people, but we kind of do, and I think it's good for the league.
Don't drag that answer out, Prime.
Yeah. I'm done now. Let's move on. One final question here on the spot. Name an SML member you would invite over for Thanksgiving dinner and one you would not. QB, we'll start with you. You got a good house, good clean house, good family.
I would definitely invite Woods over for Thanksgiving dinner. He fits the vibe perfectly, and if we're being honest, he would balance out the Reds and Blues, the Charizards and the Blastoises at dinner.
Wow.
So that would be helpful, honestly. Also, there's a certain side that can get all the help, or that could use all the help that it can get. So maybe it'd help him. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But Woods would be great to have, and I would most certainly. This feels like a cop-out. It's like the easy, obvious answer, but I would love to go meet up with Paulie and meet him at a bar or something like that. But I'm not having him over for dinner. I'm sorry.
Mike?
I went with the non-easy answers. I'm using this as an opportunity to shine some light on some folks that people either do not know or don't think about enough.
Wow.
I would invite our new temporary member, Trick or Treat 789. Tom and I go way back. Known the guy for a decade plus, same as like RD, Finns, and Coop and all the group there. Really good guy. I've got to see him kind of mature and grow up as a person. I knew him when he had his first kid, when he got married, all these things. So, it's things like that. Thanksgiving's a time for all that stuff. So, good thing for that. But the person I wouldn't, another cop out here, just because I don't want to be rude on this such a good holiday, but I wouldn't invite Finns. He's Canadian. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's good. I got about 3 people I wouldn't invite and what I would invite. I wouldn't invite Soda. I feel like he's young. I feel like he's sloppy, like he's going to spill food. I feel like he's going to be loud and he's not going to know how to act at an event like that. I wouldn't invite Grim. I think Grim's a pervert. I don't like perverts. I'm a pervert, but I don't want any more perverts in my house. And I'm just scrolling through the list. Who else I wouldn't invite? I'll just say it. Steven MC. Not because there's anything wrong with him. I just don't know who the guy is. And I'm not comfortable around strangers. So that's my 3. Now, I would invite, if there's one guy I would invite, AJ, Mr. Perfect. He's going to come in. He's going to rub his shoes off on your mat outside. He's going to take his shoes off. He's going to ask if there's anything he can do to help prepare the meal. He's going to sit down. He's going to know the proper etiquette. His elbows aren't going to be pushing on your table. AJ is a perfect guest to have for Thanksgiving dinner. And then afterward, he's going to help clean up dishes. He's going to be that kind of guy. Family football in the backyard, Thanksgiving Day turkey bowl. Guess what? All-time quarterback, and he's going to throw nice, soft, catchable passes. AJ. Well, guys, any thoughts? Anything you guys want to get off your chest, Mike or QB Stud, as we're wrapping this thing up?
Me, no. It's been a while since I participated on a SML show, so it's nice to kind of jump in and say hello to you fellas again. So it's good to be here. I appreciate you having me on.
QB?
I just want to take this time and the holiday, the occasion, to express thanks in general. I know Prime did a great job setting us up for like specific instances or things that we're thankful for, but we never really talked about how we're thankful for the SML, the community. That's something that I know a lot of people need right now. They need that sense of community. Millennials are the worst, and actually, except for Zoomers are actually worse than millennials.
Yeah, they are.
So it gets really hard, whenever you're outside of this. So having a space where everyone can come together and rag on each other and have a good time is definitely important.
Yeah, I appreciate that, QB, and Mike, for taking your time to do this on Thanksgiving Eve on short notice, by the way. Guys, I appreciate you all. This is SML, 4th and Inches. Clip it. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Simbardis this cycle. Have a wonderful evening. Have a great Thanksgiving. We love you all, except for Stavo.